Okay. How's that? Much better. Much better quality. Okay, so, hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Mindful Pig here, and this is the Two Tired Dudes podcast. On this episode, we're going to be talking about pretty much anything, because we haven't done a podcast in a little bit. I think it's been, what, 2 weeks? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been 2 weeks. Who's that? Oh, that's that guy, okay. Sorry, I always forget. Wow! Mindful, where did you even build your thing on? Oh, that's right, I can fly. So I built it wherever I wanted to. We built it to the heavens. Holy moly. That's cool. Yeah, it's not about Minecraft, it's about Mindful. And the podcast, and basement gaming. Wow, look at the world. I mean, sorry, just take a second here. Damn. It's beautiful. I need to be in this world a little more so I can... Holy crap, is it cool looking over here. Damn. It's really nice. But yeah, I gotta take a little more time to keep playing this so I can actually, like, build something legendary out of this shindig. Wow, I even got like a... Oh my god, this thing's gonna look so cool when it's done. Like, I can make it to, like, a giant effing castle. But for now, it's a shitty little hut. I should do that. I should make that a stream one day. Just building the Two Tired Dudes headquarters. Just gonna have some fun with it. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, I'm just rambling on here. So yeah, we haven't had a podcast in a week. I guess it's been probably about a week. We haven't done one. It's just I can't remember why we didn't do it last week. Life's just been crazy. It's honestly just life. Life has just been a nutso time, and there's just been Mindfulness hasn't been himself. So I do apologize, but it's also given me some time to think about things and how I want to run the podcast and stuff like that. And I haven't brought it up with the community yet, so I will do that. But I'm kind of, I'd say like heavily, like 70% leaning towards maybe switching it up and having the podcast be a bi-weekly one instead of a weekly one. Not saying I won't stream Tuesdays. I will still stream Tuesdays. But I just found last year that when I did my podcast, weekly, and I was editing it weekly and all that, like, all my time just got consumed editing the podcast. And I don't want to sound like that person because I hate when people say this terminology, but in a way it's kind of true. I wasn't getting what I was receiving, you know what I mean? So all that time and effort I put into editing them, I was getting decent views, don't get me wrong. I was happy with my 10 or 20 whatever it might be viewers, but it doesn't equivalent to the whatever it was 10 or 15 hours I'd spend editing them. And I have found better ways to edit. I have found better ways to edit the podcast now, and I have new ideas I've been trying out with it. So again, not to be that little nagging person, but if you do watch the YouTube version, please give me feedback on what you guys think. If you want me to change up other things on there, I mean, I am limited to what I can do because of the Chromebook, but I am trying out different things. I'm trying to use Power Director to its full advantage, even at the point now where I'm kind of debating just paying for it, just so I have access to all the features. So yeah, the reason why, because the podcast is so important to the community, that is the only reason we're at like 30% of just saying like, maybe I'll still do it weekly. But I think what I could do as an alternative is have Monday, Tuesday, every second Tuesday, be like another community night. But not just a community night, but like have it kind of like open so that I could do my podcast with Jimmy, let's say. I could do my podcast with your mom that wanted to do it. I know Peaswad was interested at one point doing a podcast, like I really love podcasting, if you obviously can't tell. And I want to keep that door open, and I think this is the best way for me to have that opportunity. Plus, I have other videos I want to edit for you guys. Like, I have a food one right now sitting in the background. I had one of my good friends on Twitter, he made a comment that kind of just made, like, everything click for me. So, prior to this, right, I always said I always want to have new content, so I don't like taking, let's say, streams from this and then throwing it on YouTube afterwards. But he said, he was like, because I made a poll about Mr. Misagi, because I thought it was a really funny game. I was like, hey, what do you guys think if I made some highlights and just put it up on YouTube? And he was like, I would actually really love that. He's like, because of the time difference, I never really get a chance to catch your stream or other people's streams. And he's like, I just find it's really convenient to watch them on YouTube. And I get it, like, Twitch isn't the best resource for watching previous streams. Like, yeah, it is simple, click the channel, watch it, but, like, not everybody has that time. And to be honest, like, there's real no benefit for a streamer either. It's not like you watch that past stream and it's helped me out any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Like, you're not able to support someone as easily as you could on YouTube, right? Where you could like the video, you could add a little comment into it, right? You could do stuff that at least gets the engagement going, right? It's not like you missed a stream, so you missed out on the entire conversation or excitement of that stream. YouTube gives you the opportunity to keep that excitement going, right? Like, I mean, someone could find that video years down the road, and it could instantly spark another whole conversation, right, about it. Like, I love YouTube for that fact. I like that YouTube always keeps it going. It's some videos, yeah, run dead, but most of them, right? There's always some kind of hype or some kind of excitement behind them. So yeah, that comment got me thinking. I think that would be a good step forward as far as my content creating goes. Just me in general, right? Like I was saying, like I feel like I need to take more pressure off myself. I think I try to shoot for the stars, and I might do pretty damn well at it, but I also just kind of become my own worst enemy, I guess is the best way to say it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna talk to the community. But I think that is the right direction going forward. Plus, to everyone else, right? Like, I don't want people to feel bad when they can't come onto the podcast. And having a weekly podcast is difficult, right? Because people have lives going on, they have stuff going on. Or at least if it's every 2 weeks, it might give people a better opportunity to hop on and stuff like that. They'll have more to recap and say. In a week, you might not do too much, right? You might not watch many movies, you might not watch many TV shows, you might not play, you may have only played the same game, right, for the last 2 weeks, whatever the case might be. So yeah, I think that's the right step. I think that's what we'll probably do. I will announce it on Twitter, and YouTube, and Spotify, and Discord, obviously, so that you guys know what the game plan is. But I am gonna throw it out there to the Discord community and just see how they feel with it too. Because like I said, if this is something that means a lot to them and they want me to keep doing it on a weekly basis, then of course I'll do it for them. Like I said, in the Discord, there's so many different levels of what people interact with, right? Like, some people just love posting memes. Some people love just the podcast. Some people love community nights. Some people love just shooting the shit about video games, right? Like, it's all over the board with the members that are in there. So I don't want to take away something if this is really important for this one individual and they look forward to seeing it every week. Or I could just talk to that person too and see if there's other alternatives I could do to make them still feel engaged with basement gaming. Yeah, that was a lot of rambling. But yeah, let's kind of recap, I guess, on everything that's been happening. Well, gaming and TV show wise. So I'm trying to think. I did watch a new TV show this week, but I'm just trying to think the last 2 weeks if there was anything else that was special that I watched. So I know we had that big hype there with the House of Usher. That was fantastic. But that's already gone past. I don't think movie-wise I've watched anything new or exciting to talk about. Yeah, darn. I guess the only thing is just this week. So these last couple of days, I started the Pam and Tommy series with Cheyenne. And it's really good. It's actually better than what I thought it was going to be. Now, mind you, we're only on episode 2 right now. She's seen it all, but I'm watching it fresh eyes with her. Episode 1 was I thought was really well done. It was enough to get you hooked into it. You're like, okay, I want to see how this is going to play out. You know, I want to see what's going to happen. Episode 2 was really like cheesy and cute, right? It was just how much Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson were in love and how they met and all that kind of stuff. And that was really nice. I enjoyed that episode a lot. I don't know what episode 3 is going to be like, so I'm kind of curious to see what that one is. And like episode 1, like, I mean, ultimately, no spoiler at this point, right? But ultimately what happens is at the end of it all, right, Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee's sex tape gets released. And it's just kind of like how that all transpired, how Tommy felt about it, how Pamela felt about it, how the person that did it to them felt about it, you know, like it's really neat. And they got actors and all that to play the roles, right? And they did a fantastic job. I will warn you now, okay? If you are childish like me, episode 2 will make you giggle more than ever, and you definitely don't want to watch it with like your parents or like that, because there is so much penis in it. It's just really like there is a scene where he's talking to his penis and his penis is talking back to him. It's just I was just watching. I was like, what the hell is happening here? Like, how did the director and the producer and everyone just keep a straight face? Like, it's just so ridiculous. But yeah, it's good. It's actually really well done. I'm not gonna like I don't know. Like, obviously writing was a good one. But I think the actors just did a really good job owning their roles and, you know, being the characters that they're trying to portray. I think they did a really good job of being those people. So I'm excited to give you guys some more feedback on that one. They're relatively quick. Like Shia and I usually bang out one a night, I guess. They're not too long. It was about an hour. Those episodes. Yeah, so it's not too bad. So I'm pretty sure if we stick with it, right, I could probably finish that by next week. Or maybe in the next 2 weeks. We'll have to see how this runs out. But I'm more than confident to say I'll probably have that done and be able to share my thoughts on that one. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that one plays out. And Seth Rogen's really funny in that one, actually. He did a good job being the good guy but bad guy at the same time, right? So he's one of the people involved with the sex tape being leaked. Not him personally, but the character he portrays. Yeah, I mean, that's really much it. I mean, I rewatched Charlie's Angels again, but I've already seen that one. Fantastic movie, definitely watch it if you haven't. And there's a lot of, you know, classic Family Guy, American Dad, all that jazz. Video game wise, now I know what I did this week. I'm trying to remember the previous week if there was anything special that I really played. I don't think so. I think it was mostly this past like week and a bit that I got to play different things. So on like Valentine's Day, for example, I got my first ever completed games done. So the first game I completed was Mr. Masagi, which was recommended by Jimmy. Fantastic game. Just absolutely hilarious. Exactly the kind of thing you want in a dating game. I love dating games only because they're always so ridiculous. They're always so over the top. You know, like in this one too, you could date a cow, you could date an alien, you know what I mean? Like, it's never like simple stuff, and I love that. I love those kind of dating games. They're just so funny. Boyfriend Dungeon was another really fantastic one at that. I don't know, I think it was like Who's Your Daddy, that one I played for mobile, that one was really funny too. But yeah, there's always funny dating games. This one, the idea behind it is you're supposed to take your PS4, put it on the back of your neck, you know, most of it's just done with one button anyway, the options. So, you know, you play with the controller, and as you pick the right options or the best options, whatever the case is, it's going to elevate it from 1, 2, or 3 massages. So basically, it's how much your controller vibrates. So 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, right? And if you end up really doing a good job and you get the person to go back to bed with you, you get the unlimited massages where it'll just stay on a screen and just massages you the whole time. I should have looked. I wonder if each character gave different massages. I never thought of that. Like, obviously it's all just vibrations, right? But I'm wondering if... Oh, wow, Cheyenne. Almost 2 years. Holy moly, what a shout. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. No, Django, the screen's not frozen. I usually just kind of change my character out every once in a while I'm talking. I used to try to like build stuff and talk at the same time, but obviously that just wasn't working out for my mind. I couldn't concentrate on both things at the same time. So every once in a while I'll just change the view or whatever. I'll just, pretend I'm Jesus. Oh, fart, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Miss Versace. So yeah, I wonder if each character had their own massage levels, so vibration levels on the controller. Because, I mean, it's doesn't matter regardless, but it would be kind of a cool little feature if they threw that in there, so I'll have to see. I'll have to see if they had different ones or not. But yeah, so that's basically the idea of Mr. Massagy. This thing's on the back of your neck. It's giving you vibrations or massage, right? And you're going on dates. There is, I think, 9 different dates you can choose from. I'm 3 things away from getting the platinum without trying. Like, that's the thing. Like, you really don't have to try to get the platinums in this game. It's Cheyenne. They're relatively easy to get, right? It's just, you're having fun. If you're having fun, you're just picking whatever options come up. Like, example, you get to date a werewolf. She starts talking about ducks and stuff like that. And you have the option to make a duck sound. So I was like, oh, that sounds kind of funny, so I'm going to do that. So I make a duck sound. Automatically, she turns into a werewolf and eats me. So, I got an achievement for that, like getting eaten for the first time or whatever. Yeah, it's just a goofy little game. So I probably will platinum that one just because it's relatively easy. And yeah, I don't know, it's a nice little platinum to have on the roster. Very quick, like I said. It only took me about an hour and a half, maybe even less, to beat that game. So it's not going to eat up much of your time, and I definitely think you'd really enjoy it. And because if you're not in Canada, most games are relatively cheap. So for me, I think I spent about $6 on that game, maybe $5.50. So for the States, it might only be like $3, right? So easy grab if you're on the PlayStation. Good for PlayStation 4 and 5. The other one I played was called Far. Sorry, I'm just gonna take a quick little peek. I can't remember if it had a second part to its name or if it was just Far. But while I look for that, I'll just briefly describe it to you. So if you ever played Journey, this is another version of Journey. Okay, it's Far Lone Sales. And this was another about $4 game. I bought a whole bunch of them. There's still 2 other indie games I have to play. Jimmy and me are going to play one of them together. It's a surprise what it's going to be, but I'm going to hype it up. It's a game. It's a good game. I know everyone's going to have a great time watching it. And I'm just going to leave it at that, to be real with you, because, yeah, Jimmy and I, we watched the trailer for the game. We're like, we have to play this. This has to be our game that we play together. The other one, what was it now? Oh, the other one I downloaded was a really cool RPG. An RPG with a twist, I'll say. And it's I think everyone's gonna really enjoy watching me play that one. But anyway, enough about the games I bought and didn't play. How about the game I did play? Far Lone Sales. So yeah, if you play Journey, this is the same idea. It's about a 3.5 hour game for me. You can beat it, I believe, in maybe an hour, maybe no. You can beat it in 99 minutes or less because that's actually one of the achievements on there. The idea is really simple. Story-wise, not a clue. The ending didn't make any sense to me. Maybe it'll mean something to you. I didn't really get it, but the experience throughout the game was worth the price tag alone. So, you're a little character. I think you're female. I'm not really sure. It's a smaller kind of character. red outfit, and you're walking, and anyway, you end up coming across this big vehicle. You hop into it, and that's when the journey really begins. So this vehicle just starts traveling. You go through like desert worlds, through city worlds. You go to like areas covered in snow, like just anything, right? It's just all terrain, and you go through all these different elemental areas. And as you progress, your vehicle gets little add-ons, like you get a vacuum to suck up items, which makes a world of a difference, because let me tell you, stopping, grabbing an item takes forever. And you might think, mindful, who cares, don't grab the items. No, you need them. All the items are fuel in this game, and fuel runs quickly. However, at one point you will get a sail, and as long as the wind is blowing in the right direction, you get free travel, which makes a world of a difference. But that's when you have the option to actually use your sail. I thought watching the trailer, you think you get to use it more, but the reality is no, you don't get to use it that much. Actually, you're depending on fuel pretty heavily. One thing that JW gave it credit for that I didn't think about it was in Journey, and I guess we had different views on it. In Journey, it was all about the experience. It's just enjoying the world around you, interact with people, yada yada yada. Where in this game, you're really focused on your vehicle. When you get to use the sail part, yes, then you can kind of enjoy the world around you. You can look at it and stuff like that, but you have to be careful because a fire could break out in your freaking vehicle, or something could have malfunctioned, or whatever the case is, right? Something's always going on. So a lot of your time is kind of spent just looking in the vehicle, making sure that, if you're driving the vehicle, that it's not overheating and that you're releasing the steam, that you're constantly adding fuel to the engine itself. If there is fires breaking out, that you're blowing out those fires. If something breaks, you're taking the repair kit and repairing it. And these are all things that progress. I will give it credit for that. It doesn't start you off stressful. It just kind of starts you off with the fuel aspect. Get used to doing fuel. Get used to grabbing items. Get used to doing this. And then it might add in, I can't remember what it was. I think it was the sail that they added in next. And then after that, they added in the vacuum, and then you got the repair kit added in. It just kept progressing from there. Sorry, very quickly. Thank you, Django, for the raid. I appreciate it so much, my dude. Let me give you a quick little shout out. Hello, Django's community. Hope you're all having a great day. Oops, wow, I screwed that up. So sorry. It's my first day on the job. Forgive me. There we go. What were you playing last? Watcher of the Realms, of course you were. You were killing it. Oh, I like your little picture. You got a little dinosaur on it. That's so cute. I didn't notice that one before. Yeah. So, you get all these little features added on. And then you end up, I don't want to spoil too much, because it is a good game. Like I said, for 3.5 hours, you're going to beat it quickly. Trust me, you're going to enjoy your time with it. But as you progress, you kind of get a little bit of lore thrown at you. You kind of get a little bit of idea of what's going on. When I say kinda, I mean I was like, oh, okay, so that's why this vehicle exists. But still, at the end of the day, I have no idea why I traveled from point A to point B. I have no idea why I did what I did when I got to point B. None of it really made sense. And it was one of those moments on stream too that if anyone was there, I'm sure they would have a good laugh, because as it was ending, right, it was kind of fading out slowly, and that's kind of game over, right? But your character could still move, you could still do stuff. So I kind of just stood there for 2 minutes going bouncing back and forth with my character going, is it over? Is this the ending? Is this the actual ending? And then finally the whole screen went to black, right, and the credits started to roll. And I was like, ah, damn, that was the ending, eh? Shit, I'm too dumb to figure it out. Yeah, that was good. I haven't played indie games in a long time, and JW made a good comment, right? There are, not to be rude, right? There are good indie games out there. I know there's good indie games out there. There's enjoyable ones and stuff like that. But I do agree with him when people get a little too hyped over them, when they go oh man, they're the best thing ever, they're the greatest stories you'll ever have and all that. It's not really. I definitely played some better games out there that weren't indie. But what I do enjoy about them is that they're quick, they're fast, and it kind of gives you like a little, achievement under your belt. Like, hey, I might not have beat a lot of games this year, but at least I beat a few games. Especially someone like me, right? Like, I might beat one, whatever, AA or AAA title that comes out this year. But at least with indie games, I could say, yeah, I beat one huge game and I beat 10, little breath mints, little nothings. Yeah, that was good. That was definitely a good game. Like I said, I highly recommend it if you get the chance. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. I'm not sure if either one of these might be available on the Xbox. I'm assuming possibly, but they might just be PlayStation only. Actually, Far would have been a really good Switch game. Damn. That's a missed opportunity. I should try to see if that's on the Switch, because that would actually be pretty damn good on the Switch. Yeah, wow. It just blew my own mind. Let's see. What else did Mindful play in the past long time? I know I did Yakuza 0 about 2 weeks ago. I'm making progress, but I definitely need to jump back into that game. I did the fatal mistake of not playing it for over a week. So jumping back into it's going to become more and more of a, yeah, I could play this game right now. Yeah, I could play this game right now. And there's nothing against it, right? Like, I love that series. I think that game is absolutely fantastic. I am just the worst for starting a new game and kind of forgetting about an old one. So I gotta get better at that this year. Actually commit, finish a game, and then move on to something new. Which, hey, with extra time available now, I should be able to do that. Yeah, so let's go with Dragon Ball Z then, because I have more to say about that one. So Dragon Ball Z, I think you were there, Django, for that one. Can't remember now. Sorry, buddy. But anyway, Dragon Ball Z. There's oh gosh, what is it called actually? Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So it's kind of like an RPG game. I haven't played it yet. That's the funniest part about this whole entire story, is I haven't played the real game just yet. When I started it up, it gave me an option for that, or on the other side, it said Dragon Ball Z card game. And if you know me, my eyes, oh my god, I keep punching the mic. My eyes quickly went to the trading card section. I was like, huh. And there was like that moment of like the stream going to hell, basically, because I clicked on it going, I'm just going to check it out, guys. We're just going to check it out. That's okay. Pigs do smell funny. We smell like a lot of things. You can all say anything you want. And to be clear to Django's Raiders as well, if you have any games you've been playing or anything you want to shout out, it is an open mic podcast, so you're always more than welcome to talk about anything you want to. If there's a TV show you think is worth mentioning or whatever the case is, just by all means, go ahead and I will read it out and yeah, do my best to engage in that conversation with you. But yeah, so I clicked on the Dragon Ball Z card game. It is really different for anybody who's actually played the real life Dragon Ball Z card game. So if you're not familiar with it, very unique trading card game. Hopefully you played Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, something of that lines. Otherwise, it's going to sound like a whole bunch of nerdy gibberish. But if you have, you are familiar that you need a deck of 60 cards. That you can collect these cards from different series. So Dragon Ball Z was no different, right? They had the Saiyan Saga, they had the Freezer Saga, they had the Android, yada yada yada. Basically, as the TV show was, you could buy booster packs or starter kits of those particular sagas, and then make your own deck out of it. You also had the ability to take Dragon Ball GT and add those cards into it, and mix and match, Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT together. Great idea they had. Absolutely flopped and failed though, because Dragon Ball GT cards were so freaking out of control that it was pointless having the older cards mixed in with it. There might have been a few good ones, but yeah, most of them weren't worth mixing together. Oh my god. Those were some decent fights. The hardest one at first, Django, was Bulma. Bulma was a bitch. Like, hands down, her deck was just ridiculously good. She whooped my ass more than ever. Yeah, so in the real life version, right? So you have the, like I said, you have the deck, you have the cards all mixed together and all that. You pick your hero. Your hero pretty much takes up the entire card. On the right hand side, it had power levels, and that's how you determine like where your power level's at. Try to think now how that all factored in. I think it was you had to have a higher power level than your opponent, and if you did, it added X amount of damage. So if you were, 10,000 points above your opponent, you got to deal +1 extra damage. 20,000 +2, and so forth, so forth. So, reason why I'm saying that GT screwed up everything is GT characters were obviously ridiculously overpowered. Whereas if you used the Dragon Ball Z character, you were pretty much always taking +10 damage, and you were always dealing the bare minimum, like maybe 1 extra damage to the GT character. So, yeah. Creators of the Dragon Ball Z card game, you really should have fixed that. That was a bad choice. And you also had this little, like, sword. Oh, hey, Z-Chick. You also had this little sword that would go with you, and it was called your anger meter. And once the sword got to 5, you could evolve your, let's say Goku into Goku Super Saiyan 1. Or Goku Super Saiyan 2. Etc, etc, etc. I'm just talking about the Dragon Ball Z card game. I'm just kind of explaining the real-life version versus the one I played on PlayStation 4. Sorry, I'm just going to give my shoutouts here quickly. Where's Z-Chick? There she is. Okay. Oh, you played Disney Dreamlight Valley? Damn, I want to try that game still. And I also want to try Dave the Diver. You guys are playing some damn good games. Yeah, so that's the real life version. So now, back to the PlayStation 4. The one I played, however, really changed things up. They kind of made it more, I'd say, like... How should I say this? They made it more like Yu-Gi-Oh! I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably the best example. As in, your characters that you'd summon, so you summon Krillin, Goku, whoever it is that you want to have on your team, right? And they would have their attack, 1,000, let's say, and their defense is 2,000. So, let's say Krillin takes on Goku, right? Goku's 5,000, 5,000. Krillin's 1,000, 1,000. So Goku attacks him. He wipes him out because he has 4,000 more attack than the other person does. But because Krillin had 1,000 attack, he could drop Goku's health down, to 4,000, and it stays that way unless you have a card that heals Goku, like Senzu Bean or something crazy like that. So, in other words, if someone drops some powerhouse character, you do have the ability to kill it. It'll just probably take a lot longer because you're going to be grinding the health down slowly. Whereas if they have a godly character, well, of course they're going to wipe out most of your stuff, right? Because their attack is so ridiculously high. Oh, no worries, Z-Chick. Thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. And you are right. I need some water. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your show. Yeah, so that's like the attack and defense idea, right? Your main self, oh, I appreciate it. Your main self, right, has its own, I guess, like health. So again, this is why I'm compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Right, you had life points, so just pretty much consider it the same idea. Your character has life points as well. Except in this case, I think I got like 30,000 life points, which is decent because, like I said, some of my cards, right, could deal 12,000 damage. So I mean, it wasn't long before you'd wipe out that 30,000 health, right? So that takes care of the attack, defense, and all those kind of things. They also threw in, kind of similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, right, how it had trap and magic cards. Same idea. You do have magic, I guess you want to call them, cards, but they're more of like special abilities. So you have Goku's Kamehameha attack, right, and it'll tell you what it does. It might be something as simple as like destroy any opponent's creatures. I'm just gonna call them creatures for now because it's the simplest way I could think of saying it. That costs 4 or less. Or it might be something like deal 7,000 damage to another opponent's creature or to the opponent itself, right? It was all straightforward stuff. Some of them also boosted you, right? They might say, hey, add another 1,000 attack to this creature and draw a card, and just little things like that. Nothing too crazy or complicated like how Yu-Gi-Oh got. It was all basic, like pump this guy up or deal some damage or return that card to that opponent's hand. Very simple trading card mechanics, which I enjoy. I like those ones. I hate when they get a little too complicated. I'm more of a bigger fan of character traits, which is another thing that those cards had. So very simple things, right? Like example, I summon Goku to the field, but I can't attack with him this turn because nothing can attack the turn it's summoned. But it might have an ability where I can attack on the turn it's summoned. It might have another ability where it always deals its damage first before the opponent, which, going back to the health bar, now that card's unstoppable. If it can always deal its damage first, and its damage is always higher than the opponent's health, well, you're just going to constantly wipe out things, right? They had a wide variety of abilities, but just to give you an idea of some of the stuff. Another one that's a really good ability was called the ability Guard. So, when you're attacking, you don't have to attack the opponent's. You know, if you have the Android team, you don't need to attack the Z fighters. You could literally go straight for the opponent and try to win the match that way. But if, let's say, one of the Z fighters, Goku, had the ability Guard, well, Guard forces you to attack Goku before you can attack the opponent. So there's strategy. You know, I know this is really nerdy for somebody who probably doesn't play TCG. You're like, shut up, Mindful. But for me, this was like, oh my god, I'm so happy right now. Yeah, so there was all those traits, there was those kind of cards. The last little part that they threw in there was, again, just like Yu-Gi-Oh, you had your side deck, you had your fusion deck, whatever you want to call it. It was basically like, I think it was 6 random cards that, actually, yeah, no, fusion was good. Fusion is a good idea. So it was your fusion deck. So what you would do was, certain cards would say, hey, you can go into your side deck, pick any character in there that has an attack of 5,000 that costs 5 to summon, that whatever the restrictions were, and put it onto the field immediately. And these cards were always over the top. It might be something as small as when it hits the field, deal 5 damage to an opponent. I've seen some that just dropped and were like 20,000 attack, 20,000 health. I had another one that just dealt like 7,000 damage to every creature on the field. Like, all of them had these wacky abilities, and it was game changers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you were losing the battle and you had the ability to pull one of those out from your deck, it was a huge difference. Like, it was literally night and day for that match. So I really, yeah, those cards were a really nice feature. Hey JW, sorry, I saw you just hopped in. Ah, perfect, I can hear you. I was just talking about the Dragon Ball Z card game that I was playing. But yeah, so the side deck, fusion deck, whatever you want to call it, that was a really cool game changer in it. And the other thing I really liked about that little mini game was that the first battle you did, that was the one that Django was there for. We were both laughing because, like, I must have got, it had to be at least 20 rewards just for playing that first match. So I'm assuming that maybe, I haven't looked into it yet, but I'm assuming maybe the servers got shut down or something obviously happened, because that was just a ridiculous amount of rewards to give you. It was enough to get me, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 booster packs at the time. And then each battle you did, you got quite a bit of rewards too. So it's not going to take you long to unwrap the cards you need and then make the decks that you want to make. But yeah, really nice surprise. Still looking forward to actually playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the real game. But the card game was a very nice add-on, and I hope they continue that in later games, or even maybe they'll do like The Witcher did and separate it and make it its own game, because that'd be kind of cool too.
I mean, if it's popular enough, they probably will, no?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think that game's relatively older now. What is it? Maybe 2 or 3 years old. Um,
Yeah, it's been a while.
yeah, yeah, but yeah. It was cool. I'm still very excited. Still excited to play the main game. See what that one's like. I really wanted to play a Dragon Ball Z game that captured RPG mechanics, and this is one that Jimmy recommended to me. He said, "Yeah, you'll definitely get that good feel in it."
Yeah, that game always seemed interesting to me. Um, Not enough for me to buy it, but on sale at some point I wanted to get it and see how the main game is because it looked like there was a bunch of activities.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like when it usually comes to like animes or stuff like that, like they always look interesting. I always want to try them, but I'm just like I don't want to pay $70 for it either.
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much everything I've been playing. JW, it's been a while, my man. How's your life been? What have you been up to?
Pretty good, pretty good. I mean, the year has started really good for gaming, I find, well, for me at least. I've been playing bangers one after the other.
Yeah, I was gonna make that comment today in the Discord when you were talking. Well, sorry, Jimmy made the comment that you have certain games that you like. I was like, well, then 2024 has been JW's year because I've at least heard you mention like 4 different games that you tried out.
Yeah, I mean, last year I wasn't even sure I was still into gaming because there was only like 2, 3 games throughout the whole year where I got excited for.
Yeah. So which ones this year have captured you?
Well, first one being Tekken 8, that was a very big surprise. I played the demo with my wife, and it was surprisingly good, so I ended up buying it. And been loving every minute of it. I think I'm already 30 hours into it, and I haven't done all the missions yet. Basically, there's the main story mode where you make cutscenes and everything, but it's Tekken, so the story's stupid to start with.
That's true.
So there's that. There's the sort of arcade mode, which is a sort of story mode with avatars or like me-like characters.
Okay.
I mean, it's cool the effort they put into making that mode. I don't like the whole aspect of it of being everybody's RMPs and they're interacting together and they're like, oh, I'm going to show you who's the best and all that. But I appreciate the effort.
It was just a little over the top then.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, there's one super serious that's like, oh, I don't need anybody. I'm going to make it to the top without anyone's help. And a bit edgy and all that. And so, and your gang of friends are each have like their own thing. Oh, I like Tekken for these reasons. Oh, I like it because customized whatever the reason. And they're like together we build a community and blah blah. It's they're really putting it really hard on it.
Oh, that's so good.
It's super cringe.
Yeah.
But like I said, I appreciate the effort. It's pretty funny. But not because they're trying to be funny, I think.
No, it just comes across that way.
Yeah. So there's that mode, and there's sort of mission mode where every character has like this sort of, I think, around 5 fights, and there's small cutscenes if you between and at the end of each one, maybe story stuff,
That's cool.
which is
I like
yeah.
fighting games with cutscenes.
There's the arcade mode, and so there's a bunch of offline stuff that everybody like. For example, put him on a offline coffee, and there's something very interesting as well. But I don't know if it's like this with other fighting games, but they have now ghosts or super ghosts,
Oh, okay, what's that?
where it's like instead of an AI, it's still AI, but it's basically they've learned the moveset of someone or how someone they've recorded, let's say, Minecraft,
Okay.
of how the person
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, so it's an AI version of how you fight, but you can also download rules from other players around the world. So you can fight all sorts of. It's a good way to
To
fix the problem
practice.
of yeah, practice to fix the problem of what happens when the player is better than the computer, and it's just a really great way to prolong the game.
As you say, yeah, just to keep the game alive, right? Like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool feature. Wow.
And there's a good amount of character on the starting roster that's very nice, as much new characters as old ones, and just great work all around.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not easy to make a fighting game, exciting year after year. But I mean, that's some yeah, that's actually a
Yeah,
really cool idea.
that's the main thing actually. I find the gameplay, the fighting itself, is much more fluid and faster than the previous ones, which yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It's much better I find than the previous ones, the movements and everything.
Yeah, you were mentioning that. So the one that like I got recently, number 7, you were saying that you thought their direction was just to make the characters more heavier. Was that it?
Yeah, slower, heavier. I think it was intentional, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you go from 8 to 7, it will seem clunky or older. Like it doesn't. That's what I meant earlier.
Yeah.
Compare both, but when it came out 7, I mean, the gameplay was very good. It was just as designed like this because they're faster. I think fighting moves, combos that can be done in other games than 7. But it's just a personal thing. I don't think it's not because I read it somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Just
no, 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 no. I totally get that. Cause there is fighting games I play too where you notice a big difference, especially Soul Calibur. Like I've seen small differences here and there and larger ones going
oh,
throughout
for
them.
sure. And trying to think because they've added a bunch stuff as well for the combat that's not in the other ones. That's nice. And all around just very good. If there was one critique I would say of the game, it's that the customization section is not very good compared to, let's say, Soul Calibur. Because
Oh,
in Soul
okay.
Calibur you can make all sorts of characters and or change pretty much anything from a character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And here they have something similar where you choose one character and you can make a version that's different with a different hairstyle, clothes, and all that. But it's very limited compared to Soul Calibur, I find.
Okay then. I mean that's honestly that's
In
not too
terms of
bad.
number of items, yeah.
Number of items, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's just in terms of number of items and how big and where you can put the items and everything.
And other than Tekken, what else have you been playing?
Other than that, I, like everybody else, decided to buy Helldivers 2
Yeah.
because it looked cool and
I don't think
well,
just
it was fun. It was fun at first until the servers was completely filled with with people waiting to play.
yeah, so it wasn't just you, eh? You were saying that was an actual like server crash you tried to was it the first time you tried to log in?
Well, at first I had no problems for the first week, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like I played it with friends and I had no problems. And then I think it's last weekend
Yeah.
where apparently other people had problems, so too. Well, they had problems in the past, but I didn't encounter them because I didn't bought it the day at launch, but a couple of days after, or a week after, maybe, I'm not sure. And it was fine for me, but when last weekend came in, they did a 50% XP boost or something to
Yeah.
Plug the servers. So then people could get in, and still today, my friends couldn't get in. Earlier today, I played Helldivers, and they couldn't get in the game.
Wow. I'm surprised it's still going. And just so I understand, like that game, is am I right to say it's like experiencing what's that movie called now? Starship Troopers.
Um,
Like
yes
it's
and no.
like you're fighting like alien bugs and stuff like that.
Yes, it's the same in that sense.
Oh, okay.
What's different though is that you're a squad of 4 people. Because you know, when you say Starship Trooper, I always imagine an army of people just gun blazing their way through bugs. You know, spraying and not looking at your ammo count or anything, which is not Helldivers. I find it's a bit more tactical and more squad based than what I just explained. It's not a gun blazing type of game. But
More
more
strategic.
more strategy blazing, I would say, because basically you have skills that are called stratagems. Where
Okay.
you equip them before going on a mission. And that can be a variation as to whether you need to bring in a special weapon, let's say a bazooka, that pulls nukes, or whether it's to call orbital strike from the sky, or to call turrets, you know, it's a bunch of stuff to call in your skills.
Okay. Okay. A little different than what I was thinking, but still sounds cool.
Yeah, exactly. So you're a squad of 4 and together to do a bunch of objectives. You usually have 1 or 2 main objectives. And all around them there's a bunch of smaller side objectives that can be done for extra points and currency that will be used to unlock more skills. And it's super fun. Like the whole way of doing this and jumping in and being with your squad and completely destroying camps of bugs. Or there's also robots. It's not just bugs. For some reason they've only advertised the bugs, but there's also the automatons that are very different to deal with than the bugs.
Is there like a story behind the game, or is it just like you jump in with your
Probably,
friends?
but I don't really care for it. I
No.
don't know
Okay.
what it is.
Fair
When
enough.
it comes to online games, I don't usually check them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was curious if it was just like an online game, if it actually had like a story mode to it as well or not.
Well, I mean, there's Helldivers 1 that exists that is completely a different game, so
Oh.
there's a whole universe and story behind it for sure, but I don't know what it is. And you, there's really some weight and impact to everything you do, and plus a lot of ragdoll. You get thrown around a lot.
I love
And
that physic.
yeah, it's pretty funny, but also a lot of team kills. It's super easy to team kill your allies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, you can revive someone and then the pod ends up on him and kills him, or you know, you throw in an explosive, it's bigger than you think, or let's say you put in a turret and there's an enemy behind you, it will shoot you just to shoot the enemy. So it's super easy to kill your allies. But it's part of the fun, you know. I haven't met anyone that was super competitive, you know, that is super toxic or super competitive and gets angry or anything. Everybody knows that it's easy to die and get killed in this game.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'm wrong or not. So I know I saw the Dreamcast guy made a tweet. Just to be clear, in this game, do you have the ability? I don't know if it's a emote or if it's just an action, but can you hug another player?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, because I remember correctly. I remember he made a tweet about just saying like how great the community is. He's like, I literally played with this one guy, and like I guess every time they finished a match together, the other character like hugged him like as a thank you. He's like, this
Yeah,
community's
no,
awesome.
just today there was a guy that you could basically he would grab your hand and then you would do a shoulder and headbutt,
That's pretty cool.
like as a handshake. Every time before a mission and after a mission.
It just reminds me of like those '80s like action movies, you know, the cheesiness where they like flex their arms together.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that.
So yeah, so it's not as because when I first tried it, it wasn't what I expected, so I was a bit disappointed. But I really warmed up to it the more I played, so I ended up really liking it. Because at first I thought it would be a like the Starship Trooper game I played before, where you have like a gun with 50 ammo and you're just gun blazing, infinite reload, and a bunch of explosives. You know, just pure action, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just stupid fun.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's more squad and well, I say tactical. It's not like it requires an amazing amount of strategizing and being tactical, but it's more objective based. I guess would be more proper because you have, let's say, these objectives on the map. Okay, sir, we're going to go through this way because we can't see on the map where the enemies are, the groups. So we can go around, plot a course. We're going to go through it. There, grab that.
Yeah, so it's good. Your team, you and your team, sorry, will have to probably communicate a lot more. I like that too.
Yeah, and you have like, depending on the gun, you have a certain amount of lips that you can, of course, get more if you get resupplies or you find ammo around the map.
Oh, okay. So you have to watch your ammo too.
Yeah. There's like I said, there's a certain learning curve to this.
Yeah,
It's fun. There's a lot they don't tell you.
that you just have to learn on your own, or what?
I'm not sure how you're supposed to know it. Casual filthy casual sent me a video and that's how I knew. Otherwise I would never know. But every gun has like multiple ways of shooting, or most of them. So by burst, by semi-automatic, automatic, etc., etc. You can activate a flashlight. There's a bunch of stuff like that that they don't explain that would be very important. You can switch between first person and third person. So if people starts to play this game, they should look it up on YouTube. What they don't tell you.
No, that's good advice. Thanks,
I've
C-Check.
also bought, while the game was not working, I also bought Atomic Heart.
Okay, was that an older one, GW, or is that newer?
Yeah.
It's older, right?
Yeah, it's older.
Okay.
It was last year, right? That it came out on Game Pass.
Yeah, okay, that is the game I was thinking of. Nice, okay. How is that one?
I love it very, very much. Like, way more than I thought I would. The story is quite simple. It's alternate history in the what is it, 1940s, 1930s, where
Ooh.
or am I wrong? Is it 60s? Anyway, it's around the Cold War era where Russia has pretty much won it, and they had a big expansion and technological advancement because they found a new material or a new thing called polymer, something polymer, and so it has propelled them almost futuristic like, right?
Ooh, okay.
And of course something goes wrong and everything like in Rapture in Bioshock.
Okay, I was wondering because I got that vibe from it. I was like, I wonder if this is gonna be like a Bioshock kind of game.
Well, it's a first person where you enter a weird new place where
Yeah.
everything has gone to shit when it used to be paradise. So yeah, they're similar in that sense, but otherwise they're not similar in
Oh,
terms of gameplay.
okay, okay.
I mean, they are because they're both first-person shooters, but they're different in the sense of you need to craft your weapons and to put points in certain skills, and depending where you put them, it changes how the skill is. And
So it's got like a little RPG mechanic to it then, or like with
yeah,
skill
for
tree?
sure, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, skill trees that really changes something. There's no skill tree. There's no skill points where it's like, oh well, you do 4% more damage, and so it takes just a bit more. It's a bunch of stuff like now you can fall from super high if you press the jump button once you land, or if you now your electricity goes and hits multiple enemies instead of just one. Or it's it's a bunch of skill like that. It's not numbers based.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there are some where it says let more damage, but that's pretty obvious of how much more damage you do. It's not super small, right? And yeah, so the writing is a bit weird, but I find it's just very funny.
See, chick, sorry, I was just quickly fixing the mic settings there. I guess I had it a little too quiet. She's like, JW's a little bit quiet. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's not you though, it's me. I quickly fixed it for you. But no, that sounds really cool though. It's different than what I thought it was gonna be. I know I remember watching that trailer. That's why I wanted to know if it was the older one that I seen. Like older, I mean, but just by a year, yeah. But yeah, I definitely got like that like Bioshock like story. You said feel like. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I like the crafting too. I didn't think it would have crafting in it. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, and you're close to the scientific that that made all these things, right? And so you have a mission to get to find and get the people that created the mayhem, because it was done on purpose, maliciously.
Oh, okay.
So you go around the facility and yeah.
Do you like?
And there's a bunch of cool stuff like there's like a gel that you enter it and you can swim through it. It's sort of gel that doesn't move, does it in place in stasis almost. So you can access all sorts of part of the level like this. And there's just a bunch of cool stuff like this, and it's just been great fun. The enemies have good attack pattern and AI as of now.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's very nice.
I was gonna ask you though, like, because you said it came out last year, right? And you were saying you didn't get a chance to play a lot of games last year. What changed your mind this year when you looked at it? Like,
Oh, it was on sale.
oh, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good
I
reason.
think it was $30 instead of the full price.
Do you okay? Like in your opinion though, like playing it now, do you find it was worth the $30, or do you think it was actually worth the full game price?
No, it was certainly worth the full price.
Oh, okay.
The other reason is that I have an old computer, so I wanted to wait to get a new computer to play it. But at that price, I thought, well, fuck it, I'll just play it.
Fair
And,
enough.
In the end, I can put the I think the settings at medium or high, which is good enough for me.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
I
You can
was
still go
surprised.
high.
I thought I would have to put it that low.
Are you I know you put a little bit of time into that game. Are you like, what do you think, halfway done it already, or?
Oh no, I'm just at the start for sure.
Oh really? Oh okay. Sorry, I thought you mentioned it a few times. I was like, oh, you must be pretty far.
No, I'm just at the start. I think I'm 10 hours in or something.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's pretty decent.
Let me check actually. 7.2 hours.
That's not bad.
And my next game that I got was Banisher: A Tale of New Eden.
Yeah. Okay. When I heard your description of this game, I was really excited to hear your opinion on it. It sounded
I'm sorry,
very.
what you cut off?
Oh, I said when I heard your opinion of this game, like on the Discord, it got me really interested. Because you guys were bouncing back. I think it was you and Jimmy were bouncing back and forth between like God of War and like Dark Souls style, and like, yeah, I'm excited to hear about it.
Well, it's not like Dark Souls. It's much closer to God of War type of thing, where the camera is close to your character. You have the sort of enemy wheel that tells you where the enemies are around you when they're attacking and all that. And that thing of R1, R2 are attacks, light, heavy.
Okay.
And you can parry, you can dodge. And I don't know how much I should say about this, because the game was already advertised with a spoiler I found.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I don't know how much I should say, but
Like,
so
added
it's a
to.
gameplay style that is similar to God of War, but since it's a AA company, it's a bit wonky, the combat.
Yeah.
It's not as fluid and animated.
Like, was
but
it
it's
was
still
it you that
very
was
fun.
saying that you felt like it was trying to be like a AAA game when it was only a AA game?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a AA company that I think are trying to give it the look of a AAA game, which they're doing very well. It looks very nice. It plays well and all that.
And like,
There's a bit of crafting as well for upgrading your equipment.
okay, so yeah, I was gonna ask you like what is it? Is there like skill trees involved in this one, or are you just like going through level? Like, are you leveling up,
Yeah,
or?
there are skill trees, and like I say, you gather stuff around because you have rituals that you do to force the spirits out in the open.
Okay.
So that uses some of the plants you find.
I thought that was interesting too. When you said there was like a little paranormal in it, I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so basically, New Eden being North America in the what is it? Is it 1780? I think it's 1680. En fait, I don't remember.
Oh, wow, it's a
But
long. Okay.
yeah, so they just it's the people trying to make a new life in North America place. But in this world, there are banishers, which they're like basically uh, paranormal hunters, where they can find ghosts and banish them away, so they stop cursing and hunting people.
That sounds cool. Ooh.
But in this universe, it's not that the ghosts are all evil. It's often a ghost that has turned back because of something that unfinished in their life or something.
Okay. So you are
Other
you?
times, it's a ghost that is not trying to hunt the person, but just really wants to be with them again, so they end up hunting them without them knowing it.
So it's not like you're just banishing or killing all these things. Like, are you actually like puzzle solving sometimes too, or like trying to help them out,
It's more like an investigation.
or investigation? Okay.
So you get to a town, they explain the problems they have. Let's say, oh, I'm having nightmares and blah blah, all sorts of symptoms. You look around for clues and all that, and once you find, because depending of what it is, there are different situations. But let's say you find oh, that this person died or this ghost is there, you force them in the open and you can't talk to them and reason with the ghost, depending what type of ghost it is, because there are some that are just have turned bad and you have to fight them.
Yeah, of course. Oh man, that sounds cool. I'm gonna have to ask Jimmy if he can stream.
But what's cool actually is it's very well written. Like you care for all the characters as of now, and so it's you play Anta or Entia
Okay.
and Red, which is they're a couple of banishers, and so together, since they're a couple, you can do promises with each other, and you can break them or follow through with them. I don't know where it leads yet.
Ooh, so that might change your story too.
Yeah, for sure. And every time you have a choice with these cases, to the way to banishing the spirit or not banishing it, you can lie to the people and do something else. Like the choices and the situation they put you through are very well written. Like there's you're not sure of what you should do.
That's awesome. I love those kind of choices in a game. Was this made by someone like that we know, like or is it a new studio that made this one?
Yes, it's the Don't Nod studio, which is the studio that made what is it, Stranger Things? No, not
Oh.
Stranger Things.
Oh.
What's it called with the thing, the teen drama?
Oh,
where
Life is
everybody-
Strange?
Yes, they
Oh.
made Life is Strange, and they made Vampire.
Wow, they made Vampire. Wow, I didn't know that. Holy shit. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I love Vampire.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't think that was the same people. Shit. Okay, that's really cool. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, my expectations for this game now really changed.
I mean, it resembles nothing of what they've done in the past, but it's very good what they've done. That's of them.
Yeah, yeah, no, I just mean like they are good with like character choices and stuff like that and consequences for your actions. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have to ask Jimmy if he could share screen that one with me, just so I
The
can
biggest
watch.
problem I find with this game is that the voice acting and writing is very good,
Okay.
but not the animation. So you see this super, emotional bit, but the face of the person moves slightly and it's dead in the eyes.
Oh, that's the best.
So sometimes it doesn't connect because of that, but otherwise I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it as of now. But I just started.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, JW, I can't wait to hear then what it's like when you actually wrap that game up.
Yeah, I can't wait to see as well, because I've made some choices and it's very hard choices.
Oh, those are the best. I love them. I love it when it's like that, when you feel like both options are wrong or whatever the case might be. Is there any other games that are coming out like soon that you want to get your hands on as well, or these are the four that you really wanted to play at the moment?
Well, I'm trying to think. I wasn't supposed to play so many games.
Well, there's still the Tomb Raider one, I guess, right? You did want to try that one out.
I've already bought it.
Did you?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And I've played it a bit. And they've changed way more than I thought.
Really? Wow.
Yes, it's of course much prettier, but like I thought they were just going to update the textures, but they've really changed as well the lighting, the fog, and a bunch of atmospheric things.
Oh, that's cool. I know the big thing
Yeah.
that Jimmy was curious about last time, me too. Do they give you the option to like toggle between the old school version and the new school version, or you just play the new style?
I haven't tried toggling, so I don't know. I haven't looked. I just played a bit of at the beginning, and then I had to stop.
Oh, okay. I wonder too if as you play a little more, I wonder if they actually change some things up so that older players would be have a few new surprises.
Yeah, like in the Halo Master Chief collection.
Yeah, yeah. Or even like I know Jimmy said in Resident Evil, the one they did for GameCube, they added a few new things just to surprise old players. I wonder if they'll do that in the
Oh
Tomb
yeah.
Raider one. Oh, that's cool. I can't believe you already got your hands on it. That's
in terms
awesome.
of upcoming game, what month is the next month? March.
March, yep.
So normally, oh my god, no more. Dragon's Dogma 2 should be the next one.
Yep. Yeah, that was
Which
March.
this one will be a big one. Super anxious to play that one. Waiting for it for a long time.
Well, even just the trailer and stuff, it looks like there's been a lot of upgrades to that game.
Yeah,
So
it looks awesome. And the month after that is Stellar Blade.
oh yeah, is Final Fantasy
Yeah.
in the next 2 months as well?
Well, yes, but I don't care as much.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you.
I think it's in March, but if I'm not mistaken.
I know Jimmy and I were talking about like what we think might be the game of the year, and I'm sure that one's gonna yeah, I don't know.
Well, of course, it's Final Fantasy VII.
I
It's gonna
know.
get all the awards and everything.
But then when you hear about all these other games that came out, I'm kind of like, you know what, guys, let's not pick Final Fantasy this year. Let's give something new a chance.
Sadly, that's not how it works.
I know. Too bad. But yeah, no, I
It's
mean,
like last year Game Awards for music, best music they gave Final Fantasy 16, I think, which I thought was a weird choice. I didn't think it should have gotten that one, even though it has good music.
I always like I love video game music, but it's always one of those things that I don't know. I don't get as passionate, I guess, as what other people do. Like I know there's some people. Who's in our Discord community? That's a good example. The retro pool guy. I know he's like, yeah, I have playlists where I just listen to them. I was like, I love it, but I honestly just couldn't like sit on a bus and listen to video game music. I'd rather listen to real music or something. Like,
It depends. It depends of the music, I would say.
yeah, okay, maybe I need to get more of a chance.
Yeah, for example, the music in Plague Tale is very moving. It's very good. I would listen to that. Like I bought the vinyl for that. The music in Silent Hill 2 as well. It's very specific and very good.
See, maybe that's my
But,
problem. I always think
I
of like
would
retro
listen.
games.
What? Sorry.
I said that's maybe my problem. I always think of like retro games. I don't think of like newer games and their music. That's true. There is a
Well,
lot
that's
of
what I was gonna say. If I'm not going to listen to Super Mario 64 music, even though it's good, you know,
yeah. No, that's some good
or
shows.
2-bit 2D Castlevania music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, that's what I always think of right away. You're right though. The newer games do have some pretty good soundtracks to them.
Oh shit! Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out in 9 days, actually.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. The Super Show made fun of it because it comes out on a leap year.
Yes, sir. I'm just reading through. Yeah, okay.
No worries.
Um. So yeah, so my main upcoming games are all in the next 2 months, which is not good because I'm supposed to write the novella that you've read the first part of, I think, or not yet.
Sorry, I just had a cough there. No, not yet. I'm actually gonna do that tomorrow with my free time.
Sure.
We had a visit coming up for work, so like the last 2 weeks, all I've done is just pretty much focus on work. But
That's fine.
that's over now, so now I actually have time to get caught up on everyone's stuff again.
You're cutting up a bit. I'm not sure
Oh, sorry.
what's happening.
Is that better, GW?
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, okay. Here, let me just make sure it's still in party chat, cause yeah, it is. Okay, good, good. No, I was just saying I had a visit coming up next week, so I've just been so busy with work and just like getting consumed by it that I haven't had a chance to get caught up on everyone's stuff. But now I'm good to go.
No problem. Only if you want to.
No, I do. I want to. There's yours I have to read, and then there's a few other YouTube channels I told people I'd watch their stuff.
Well, one way or the other, like I said, it's in parts, so the more you wait, you'll get to the next part faster.
And actually, sorry, I should give a little shout out because the other big thing you went up to is you made your Discord community too.
Yes, that is true. It's on my link tree, but I should advertise it on more places.
Oh, no worries. I mean, yeah, I get it. You're just starting it all up. But no, it was really well done, though. I liked your layout that you had. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you grow that into.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to reach the end, actually, of that one, because it's for a contest on the website. I don't win anything, but I thought it was a cool contest, so...
Yeah, you were saying just more of to get your ideas out there, right?
Yeah, just write more and have fun with it, really. I mean, you win profile stuff, but I don't care for it.
Is there any other like contests that are coming up for you, or any other little small projects that you're gonna be working on for writing, or are you just gonna start doing your own back to your own stories again?
I was thinking of maybe, if you remember the sort of sci-fi short story I wrote back couple, what is it, last year?
Yep.
Or the year before?
No, I think it was last year you were doing it.
So I was thinking of doing more stories like that on that website.
Oh,
And
okay.
continue with the novel as well.
Is your novel your novel's pretty close now, isn't it, generally, or do you still have a
Yeah,
little...
it's finished. I just
Yeah.
need to correct the mistakes
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I
before
was...
searching for a publisher.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was like, I thought you said you finished that one.
So yeah, pretty busy next couple of months.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? That's
I'll have
crazy
too
to...
many games. I'm sort of annoyed.
I know, it's so crazy to think about, like, last year just only a few selections to the point where you were almost done gaming, and now this year it's just bombarded.
Yeah, well, it's because it wasn't the first year like this. And I was starting to think maybe I was just falling off or something. But this year seems to prove otherwise. Or anyway, the start of this year.
Yeah, I'm actually, yeah. Like, I'm really impressed with this year. Like I said, it's kind of what I thought. Like, there's not, like, I mean, there is, I shouldn't say there's not going to be a lot of games, because there is quite a few. But it doesn't seem like a lot of big heavy hitters, but they're just all really well done games, it seems, that are coming out so far.
Well, I mean, this generation there wasn't a lot of next-gen games. That's why.
Yeah. Well, that, and even too, like, I was a little surprised at the... I mean, I guess afterwards I thought about it, it makes sense, but I was a little taken back when they were like, oh yeah, the PS5's in its later stages now. Like, at first I was like, what, already? I was like, oh, never mind, yeah. I guess that was way back in 2020, so that makes sense. Even, oh, what was that one I posted now? Shoot. If it was Watch Mojo or one of them, Game Ranks anyway, when they were listing the stinkers of 2022. I forgot how many like bad games came out that year as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Don't get me started.
Yeah, no, there was a few
I'll
on there.
just say my catchphrase.
Oh, yeah, there was definitely a few on there that I was like, oh yeah, I remember JW saying this one was bad. um, yeah, yeah. No, that's exciting. I was really, yeah, just really excited to hear what your thoughts were on the Banisher, because that did seem like a really interesting game from what you guys were describing. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a surprise as well. I mean, I did buy it because it looked cool, but I didn't think I would be so engrossed in the story and world.
Oh, those are the best games when they turn out completely different than what you thought they were gonna be. Yeah. Just trying to think off the top of my head here. Um. Oh yeah, from earlier. That's what I was gonna say to you. Since you're on here, JW, you usually join me for these podcasts. I mean, obviously I'll get everyone's opinion on it, but because you're here live now, I was wondering what you think of this idea. I was thinking of because I know yourself, right? You've apologized a few times, and I've had pizza and other people apologize, right, that they weren't able to make it. So how would you guys feel if we switch up the style and we make the podcast like every 2 weeks? It doesn't mean I'm not going to stream on a Tuesday. Like I could still do something, or I could open it up and have different podcasts, on those days, or another community night, or whatever the case is. But this way, it gives everyone like 2 weeks worth, of stuff to kind of talk about. Because I get it's hard. Like in a week, right? You may not have done lots. You may not have watched a lot of new things, etc. So it kind of gives people more to talk about on the podcast, and also gives us.
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not.
Yeah, okay. It's not that I don't mind doing it on a weekly basis, but I was also like on my side of things too, right? I was just looking at, I was like,
Yeah, it's
last.
time consuming.
Yeah, well, no, like I don't mind doing it, but it's the editing part definitely takes a lot more of my time, and then I don't get to make different videos and stuff like that for YouTube, right? It's usually just once a week. All I'm doing is
Right.
editing a podcast, so. Yeah, I was just
Especially the editing part, I'm sure, yeah.
yeah. I mean, if it wasn't on the Chromebook, I'm sure I'd be flying through this. But
King
uh,
Chromebook.
I know, goddamn thing.
Every time I hear someone have a Chromebook, it sounds like the worst piece of shit, really.
I know, like it seems like such a cool idea, like here's a cheap laptop, but it's like no, here's a real cheap laptop.
Yeah.
um, I always forget who he is in the Super Show. He's one of our people that are on there. But I mostly always talk to him on Twitter. But he gave me a little shout out too of an idea. Because I'm not against it. Like anyone that does it, like more power to you. But I was never a big fan of like taking my Twitch streams and just directly uploading them to YouTube. I always thought like, no, I want to create it. If you're on a different platform, I want to give you something new to look at. But then he was kind of just mentioning, he's like, yeah, I don't always get to catch your streams, I don't always get to see stuff. So he's like, I would be interested if you were to make some highlight videos of some of the interesting streams, like Mr. Masagi I did. That was one of the conversations I was talking about. And I was like, yeah, I never really thought of it that way, in all honesty. I always thought it would look like I was being lazy if I just did that, but I didn't think of it as like someone that would actually want to watch it. And Twitch isn't exactly the best for watching previous content. It's not like you can access it, but you can't really engage with it like you could on YouTube, right?
Yeah, you can do great compilations with YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean that's another idea I was thinking of with that extra time in between things too. I didn't want to make any decisions in case, like I said, someone was very passionate about being here every week and stuff like that. I don't want to take that away from them either. But if
No, I mean, it's a good idea, the 2 weeks thing.
okay then, okay, yeah, maybe we'll reach that out to the community, and if everyone feels the same, then we can switch it up. And like I said, we can have two community nights too. This way, if someone's busy on a Monday, at least they have a Tuesday as well. Then we could play something different.
Sure.
Nice.
And if you get a real computer, maybe get Helldiver too.
I want to I said between you guys and like Twitter and just everyone else has been talking about it, it sounds like I'm really missing out on a great game.
Well, if it ever releases on the Series X or S or whatever, maybe.
I know that was like the big thing on Twitter right now. It's like all these Xbox boys crying because they can't play it. I was like, shut up! Like, it's just a good game.
Well, I would say, I mean, they have their right to cry. They've had really shitty exclusives compared to PlayStation.
That's true. Were you shocked at all by that Xbox business podcast where we were supposed to be? The announcement?
You mean that some Xbox game will be going to PlayStation?
Yeah, like, was that what you kind of thought it was going to be? Like, that's what I thought. I honestly didn't think Halo and all that was going to go to PlayStation.
Well, I didn't know what you think. I mean, I'm surprised that any is coming to PlayStation, really.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is a big step. But then, like, I know, like, when you think about it, like, Sea of Thieves and stuff like that, I was like, okay, like, whatever. It's not a big loss. And it...
Yeah, it's a game that's been released since forever.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's just anything that's gonna help grow that community a little more. So like more power to that studio. But yeah, I definitely didn't think like I know some people were taking it to the extreme, where like this is the end of Xbox and all this, and I was like,
I
oh.
know. I've seen all these. Guy, hold the line, Xbox boys.
Yeah.
All those stupid things.
Oh my god! Or the people that would like sell their consoles and they're like giving the finger to it. It's like, come on, like chill out.
Yeah. Especially now they've done it for nothing.
Yeah, it's like, so what? Now you're gonna buy it back? Like, oh, like as much.
I've been an Xbox fan for 20 years. You're basically family now. It's a company. Disconnect, man.
That was the best, yeah. There was that one tweet I shared where the guy's like, they've been like a part of my family. It's like a brother I had. Oh, God, it's terrible.
It's almost like if these Xbox fans don't remember the era of Ring of Death.
Yeah, or it's like, I don't know, it's like any of those like divided situations, right? Like DC versus Marvel and crap like that. Like, people just get so crazy with like it's like just enjoy it for what it is, man. Like you're not
for sure, but what I mean is historically speaking there's been more problems with Microsoft consoles than Sony consoles.
Oh, 100%. Honestly, whenever I think of PlayStation, the only thing I know there's probably others, but the major one that always comes to my head was that one time when they had like the breach or whatever, and all that confidential information got leaked.
Yeah.
But with Xbox, you're right. There's been so many blunders with that system.
I've never had a piece of hardware that became so hot that it melted itself.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like, thanks, Microsoft.
Like that, and like just the bulky controllers, you know, with the first Xbox.
I mean, I wouldn't have changed for Sony if their consoles were not problematic.
Exactly. What was the other one they had there when they got really obsessed with the Kinect and they had like it always activated?
Oh, yeah, the Kinect.
Just sometimes it's like such dumb ideas. It's like, why? I think, weren't they the ones too that were like, gamers don't want to focus on games, so they were gonna try to focus on all the features instead this time? And it was like, no, like gamers want games. That's why we play on the console.
Yeah, well, that's why they lost.
Oh.
Because starting with Xbox One, they were starting at saying this is an entertainment console, not a gaming console.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Fancy there. We're not one of those gaming consoles.
We see what you guys liked with the PS2. It was the DVD player, not the games.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then there was
The other thing that made it lost is the way they wanted to share games, where you needed a code and a big complications.
Oh my
and
god,
then
yeah.
Sony did the commercial of this is how you land your game. And they just gave the box.
Yeah,
I
totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and every Xbox fan seems to forget all those blunders.
It's true, right? Yeah. Like, as I mean, like, when I think of PlayStation, I don't think of a lot of crazy things that have happened. Okay, maybe the other one was, I think it was the PS3 or the PS4 that had the, like, huge price hike or something like that. But that's about it. Like, it's very minor things. compared to
Yeah, the biggest
Xbox.
thing was their online getting hacked.
Yeah, like really, that was about it. And then there's Nintendo.
Hi, pizza.
Oh, but the pizza pop in. Sorry, pizza. Last I saw, he popped out.
What's up, man? And I fun. I was just listening to y'all just talk about.
No worries, buddy. How's your week been?
It's been good. Busy as always. Just kind of a new thing for me and things.
Yeah, I saw you streamed a couple times too recently.
I tried to, I've been trying to get back into it and get off work. So far so good, but yeah, it has just been a lot of just me getting me worn out. Still working, so yeah, little by little, but yeah, I'm good. Try out doing.
I don't blame you, my dude. Working 2 jobs is definitely tough. How about you for gaming though, Pizza? Has there been anything that's caught your eye this year that you wanted to play, or anything that you have been playing that's new that came out?
Oh yeah, hang on. I think for some reason the audio is being weird on my phone. I'm gonna come back and make sure.
No problem. Hey Tommy, I see you in chat, buddy. The gamer's not focused on games. What the? That's Xbox for you, Tommy.
What did you say? Games not focus on games?
Yeah, Tommy was just making a joke when we were talking about. He's like, gamers not focusing on games. What the hell?
You're cutting again. I didn't
Oh!
understand.
Sorry, I wonder if it's my microphone. I think it has a little crack in it. Maybe I have to get it replaced. Is that okay now?
Yep.
Yeah, he was just saying gamers not focused on games. What the what?
Welcome back, pizza.
Well, thank you. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's been actually fun. It's do little thing for work and kind of like iffy.
It's okay, buddy. Apparently mine's acting up a little bit too. Might be my headset. Hey, so what was the new games you've been trying out, Pizza?
Um, yeah, to be honest, no real new games have been like on my radar. I know that Helldivers came out recently, but I don't know. I haven't really been interested in that. Well, mainly because I'm not a Pokemon guy, so Power World's not really in my field of interest. Plus, with Helldivers, you know, um, this whole thing about the queue in there. Plus, like I bought some of it in the game, like that skating guy play on the screen. This playing all the time, but yeah, new, not yet.
I can't remember, Pizza. Were you interested in Dragon's Dogma 2? Did you play the first one or?
I never did.
No,
I
okay.
know that my friend, yeah, my college friend did it. They played that game. I don't know. I couldn't really. I don't be able to speak like this.
No, your audio sort of fall off.
Yeah, sorry, Pizza. It kind of tuned out as you were talking.
It's probably windy around here. It's windy down here, and the weather's all wet.
No worries, buddy. I get it. Uh,
I don't know why. I'm trying to get it fixed. Unfortunately, with my job, they got me outside most of the time, so.
yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure there's also Discord being when it comes with Discord. Never wants to go to work when wants to. It's just like whatever.
Discord is like the best place to have a podcast. I swear. There's just so many things that just go wrong all the time.
I know, right? But yeah, I mean, plus, it's like it's either use this or we use like some bootleg, like so
So true.
we can't do it Discord.
Tommy was just adding in there from our PlayStation 2 comment. He just said PlayStation 2 was the first to have games where you could play with your body moving with the iToy. iToy allowed you to put your face on a game character like in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. I had no idea, Tommy, you could put your face in the game with the iToy. That's cool. I knew it captured
I didn't know either.
Yeah, I knew it captured your body movement.
Yeah, I know I saw that too. I think only 20 off, 4, and I want to say Underground. That girl race too. Yeah, it was that game. It was like a football game you could do it too. So it was pretty cool. But I mean, of course, it had limitations. Your perfect face. It looked kind of like those PS2 vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely looked kind of weird, but yeah, it was back to. I never used it.
Yeah, no, I never got a chance to use that feature either. I got to try the like Sega Genesis version where it had like that little oh my god, hexagon that you would stand in. It would like capture your moves and all that. Man, I never got to try the PlayStation 2.
So I do know that I want to do it again.
Oh, pizza! You turned into a robot and then the sound disappeared.
Some guy also driving those fast.
No problem, buddy. And yeah, the PlayStation 2 could also play DVD discs. Yeah, you're right, Tommy. And then I remember the next set of systems were all obsessed with Blu-ray and what was it, DVD HD or whatever it was that came out that time.
DVD HD.
Yeah, right, DVD.
That was before the Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's right. It was before the Blu-ray. I can't remember which system did what again.
The PS3 had the Blu-ray.
Was it PS3 of them? Okay, so they picked the right choice at the time.
Yeah.
I never used Blu-ray. I mean, I think that the only time I used the PS2 for like movies PlayStation movies was like maybe when I was watching like some old cartoon shows. I was on PS2 and of course I was just on the regular disc. Afterwards, I never really used the PS3 for gaming. For movies because I was playing games on there.
Yeah, I think like with the PlayStation 2, right? It was just like the right time to have that combination together. Whereas like the PS3 and the Xbox, like yeah, you're right. At that point, like not many people were going over to Blu-ray. Wasn't as big of a seller as it was with the PS2's idea.
Plus, you got all these on it. Don't think that people.
No, was it even like the PS1, right? When you had the ability to play your CDs on there, like that was a game changer. Like those are one of the big power moves I think that they had. That one, and then like I said, PlayStation 2 having the DVD option.
See, yes, I just use anything else other than that. It doesn't really interest me. It's just like, I have a computer for that. Even back then, I had a well, it wasn't a game piece, but you got the original, to watch videos on it. So, if I wanted to watch a movie, I would go to my computer.
That's true.
Although computers generally don't have a Blu-ray CD tray.
I never found much of a difference, in all honesty. I don't know if I'm just like dumb or what, but I never noticed much of a difference between a Blu-ray and a DVD.
But that's because you've never seen it side by side.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I guess that's
Or the screen that you have. Because I used to think the same thing until I changed screen, and then the difference was like nine day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for me, what you say?
No, go ahead, Pizza. What were you gonna say?
I'm just gonna say,
I was just gonna say that I know we dissed on Xbox, right? But I was just thinking you talk about all these different features and stuff. Xbox, the original one, had a really cool feature where you could burn your CDs onto the Xbox itself, and then certain games had the option where you could play your own music right on the game. So when it came to sports games, it was so much fun. Actually, I remember playing. I think it was like Amp 2, the snowboarding game, and just listening to like Sum 41 soundtrack and shit like that. Like, oh man, it just made playing those games so much better when you could have your own like music to vibe to.
I never used that, but then again, no, I never had original one. I had the 360, but that was because my PS3 it had those were separate consoles.
Yeah, like it was I guess it was a simple little design, right? But just the ability to have your own music in a game. Oh, who was the other one there? Grand Theft Auto. You could switch the radio stations, and it would play your soundtrack that you downloaded onto it. Yeah, that was really neat. Or another one I know about was on the PlayStation One. If you had, I think, was it PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2? When everyone had the Monster Rancher game. So if you don't know, in that TV show, you had discs that would summon monsters. Well, if you put certain CDs or certain movies into your disc drive, the game would register that as well, and then you would get certain monsters for that. I remember I was looking at a Watch Mojo and they listed that one. I was like, man, that's pretty freaking cool too. Just minor little
Yeah,
details.
yeah. That reminds me, like, there was a game called Soul Calibur. I know that with those, where I never knew that each level, PS2 box, the PS2 version, you had some character.
Yeah, in Soul Calibur, depending of the platform, the characters were different.
Yeah, that's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like Link, Darth Vader, and like some other. But yeah, like I mean, looking at it now, I was like, oh, that's cool. I think that back then, I don't think that people really saw the whole like this whole like, what's exclusive. You gotta buy this console and play this character. It just seemed pretty cool. But yeah, so that came to mind.
I mean, it was enough to make a young mindful buy it on Xbox and GameCube just because I wanted the characters, so it was a pretty good tactic.
Oh yeah. I know that if I could do that, I definitely would. Even nowadays, But see, since the game is fun, I can justify, buying different console game.
True.
Yeah, back then that was pretty like that was cool, But giving us having the idea that certain consoles kind of gave me more. That was pretty cool.
Well, you saw that nowadays too, right? I think it was JW. You told me, or Zelda, or someone did.
Wait, what?
With the Hogwarts Legacy, right? That one also kind of did a similar thing, right? If you were on PlayStation or you had it for PlayStation,
Right.
you got a
If
secret mission.
Yeah, if you're on PlayStation, you had one extra very cool quest.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of cool. They still dabble with that idea at least.
I don't know if it's cool.
I mean, yeah,
Exclusivity like that is a bit. I don't know. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth, I find.
Like you would have rather have had
I
everyone
feel
be able
you.
to play that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I think that's over the year, like I think that for most people, I know that's me. Like the idea of exclusivity, it kind of became more of the spoken about. You can't play games entirely without buying a console. Rather than like rather than being a game where hey, like with Avengers, now become just the whole thing of you can't play a whole game or part of a game because you don't have a console. That that's kind of a good excuse to my console. I'm sorry, good mouse.
No, that's fair actually with price tags and everything nowadays, right? Like, I guess I'm more of like I said the Soul Calibur 2 timeline where I think at that point I was only paying maybe under $200 for a console. So in Canada, it's that. So probably in the States, it was like 150, 140 at the time for those consoles. But yeah, nowadays that would be a little more pricier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to pay $500 just to play one level. That's true.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. So and I think that I don't know if Sony or Super Nintendo, I don't think they're seeing. Maybe they do know that. Maybe they do know that we're going to pay all this money for a thing, but I think that the idea kind of like it's been lost on music nowadays. I think that exclusivity just means you cannot do this, and it being we have this addition to give you.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, now it's just certain games, right? But even most games now seem to get ported to PC or some other form.
Could you imagine a fighting game where, depending on the console, the roster is completely different?
Yeah,
Like every character is completely different.
that'd be pretty wild, actually.
Well, and of course, now
Triple the
the
work
game
as
is
well.
like definitely the game is like super fun. Like if it's better than playing Tekken, Street Fighter. If it is the game you got to play, and it's done that way, I think that I could see myself getting something like a console because it's like, hey, it's like if they had PlayStation All Stars, Xbox All Stars, and like I guess Smash.
That would be kind of cool, actually, when you put it that way. That'd be kind of cool.
Like I said
Although
earlier,
I
though,
guess
a lot of extra work
Yeah, oh yeah, no, for sure, yeah.
and money.
Like
Like
literally,
quadruple A money budget
all three companies would have to be on the same page for that one.
as well, which will never
yeah.
happen.
I mean, yeah, like I if they did, I would not be offended by it. In fact, I think I would prefer them do something like that, where it's like you're going to make it exclusive, go all the way, and at least now, you know, game is interesting. And you're saying, hey, we have this, you come and play here, and you say we have this, you go play here. It feels a lot. It feels more played, I just give you this, give you that.
Or if they really want to be petty, they could just have overpowered characters and never nerf them.
Yeah. I'm being called to hell dive, so I'm gonna do that.
No worries, buddy.
Till next time.
Have a great one.
Bye.
Yeah, man, see you soon.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. I actually, well, Pizza. While you're here, I'll get your opinion on it too, because you're usually on as much as GW is. I was saying that, for a lot of reasons, right? I was coming up with this idea, but I know like you guys usually apologize when you can't make it onto these podcasts and stuff like that, and I was saying on my point of view, right, it is a lot to edit it every single week. So, would you guys be okay if maybe we switch up the timeline and do a podcast every 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, like anytime you guys have an idea for a podcast, if I can make it, I will most likely try it out. If I have the time, we'll definitely be there. I mean,
Yeah.
weekly, bi-weekly. Like
Well, I figured
I
by
don't want
week.
you to feel like. What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say I feel like bi-weekly too, right? It gives everyone more of a chance to play different things or watch, movies, whatever it might be, and have a little more to talk about. Than like one week is, sometimes not a lot happens in a week, right?
Yeah, that is true. And yeah, I was like I don't want you to feel as though like we're not, we're you have to change it because of us. So, I mean, if you feel comfortable doing Tuesdays every week, like I'm all for it. It's just that sometimes we get busy, but I want you to feel like we're the reason.
Oh no, no. Actually, it was. Well, I mean, it is you guys too. I think about it, but the main reason why I was nervous to change that too is I didn't want to take away from anybody as well too, because everyone has different reasons why they join the Discord community. I know a lot of people really like going on the podcast and talking. So yeah, I wanted to make sure with the main people that you guys were okay with that too. If you want me to keep doing it weekly, I would definitely do it weekly for you guys. That'd be not a problem. But if everyone's okay with switching up to every 2 weeks, then yeah, we could try that. And I was saying it gives a chance to even have like every second Tuesday that we're not doing the podcast, we could just have another community night, where we have another opportunity to play video games together.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like I am down for whatever you guys think is going to work out best for you guys. I do know that I haven't been getting a lot, but I think I will now. I kind of I went from full time to part time because I now have the ability to kind of keep myself stable. So I should be able, in fact, in theory, I should be able to get more time gaming and streaming and also doing podcasts. Should be. I'm gonna kind of work that out.
Oh, no worries, buddy. I understand. You know me. I'm always excited to see what next video you're gonna upload on YouTube. Like I said, I like your style, I like your content that you always produce. It's always exciting to see one of those notifications pop up and to see what idea you came up with this time.
Yeah, I gotta get him. I got to do more YouTube stuff. I know that I have been doing more Twitch because I have been kind of it's just consistent on there. Yeah, I guess because I have been doing Twitch, I've been putting much stuff into YouTube. So yeah, I have some ideas, but it's one of those things where I gotta be able to plan, or like maybe just put more time in my schedule for both of them.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I really, like I said, I watched your recap of your Riders Republic one, your stream, and I said I really liked that one. I thought you had a really quite a few good moments in that stream. Playing on
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say playing on an idea that
yeah,
someone else suggested to me before. I don't know if you've ever thought of this before as well, but I used to always like worry about uploading a stream to YouTube because I want to have different content on different platforms, right? But one person from Twitter that kind of watches our stuff, he made a comment just saying he's like, actually, he's like, I would love if you did more of those because sometimes I don't have a chance to watch the streams, and he's like, I want to kind of interact with you more. So he's like, if you hit on YouTube, at least I could add some comments and stuff like that. I was like, I never really viewed it that way. I was like, yeah, maybe I will upload a few good streams up on there. Small idea for you too if
that's
you
good.
want to try it out. Because I think you do have quite a few good moments in your streamings. That'd be worthwhile for a YouTube video.
I know that I watched someone on YouTube who, like they'll do that breaking out, like a streamer. I know that he actually asked that question a few times. He would say, like how he doesn't really like. I don't think he wants to do like the full stream, but I just think that he will clip out some of it and he'll put on YouTube. Which I mean, that works, because like he's giving us the parts that are at least they're somewhat they're entertaining. So he'll do that for people. Yeah, so I might try that. I might try to do it just little pieces of it.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
gonna see if it kind of just gauge what the audience is saying, and then if it works out, I might do a whole stream,
yeah.
and we'll see where they where the interest is. But yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, like I said, I think you're really good when it comes to sports games, or at least I don't know what you want to call it, skateboarding, extreme sports, or whatever. But yeah, like, there's you pull off some pretty good combos, and like you have some really good ideas during that Riders Republic stream. So yeah, like you're right. Even like just little moments of that, like your perfect combo or whatever, that'd be cool to watch.
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah, you gave me an idea. To the same I might do that where maybe I'll just do a whole stream. Well, I guess I'm gonna do a stream dedicated like to just doing insane tricks across a bunch of different games. I think that I'm getting more confident and more comfortable with, my tools. I've been using that Stream Deck pretty much a lot with just kind of playing around with it. But the capture card is really helpful because now playing my Xbox. I have some games on there where like I have to buy the game again and then play it. So I'm gonna do all that.
I say you like that Steam Deck, that little device that you got. It's pretty useful.
It's really nice to me. It's actually something that I have been, favorable to because the fact you just press a button and then it works. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. It's good to know that it actually works that simple. I was always curious how those, if they actually worked as effectively as they made it seem.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, it just the fact that you just press a button that it just works instantly. I'm like, I don't know, that seems like it's kind of skeptical. But after I saw it though, and I see a few streamers using it, I was like, okay, well, I'll try it out. It was on sale, so when I got it, I said, oh, here goes nothing, and then boom.
Oh, that's cool, buddy. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out as good as you thought it was going to.
So once I get home, I'm gonna do another stream. I told my audience that we'll go back. So I'm playing a zombie game. For some reason, it keeps bugging out. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and reinstall the game and see if it works. Hopefully it does. If not, it's a bummer.
Sorry, what zombie game was it that you're playing?
It was dying. It was dying. It was a new that one. Dying one too.
Oh, nice. Good choice.
For some reason, the audio in there seems to be some part with things inside. Solved. We should be okay.
No worries, buddy.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I was talking to a coworker. I was telling them.
No worries, pizza. No, Tommy, I haven't tried out that free game. Yeah, that's the new PlayStation ones you were talking, right, Tommy? I have to download them still. I also have to put on Tekken 7 on my PS4 that Jimmy gave to me. Yeah, so that was all the main stuff I wanted to cover. Yeah. That's a good idea. Okay, so I'll bring it up to the rest of the Discord community and see how everyone feels, and yeah, then you guys might not see us until 2 weeks from now when we do another podcast. Next Tuesday might just be a. Sorry, Pizza, you go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna say, if it works for you, it's good.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
I want to be able to. I want to be able to come in when it works for you. You have to feel like.
No, I appreciate that.
The best way possible. I don't want you to. Yeah, I don't want you to feel like I'm not committing.
Oh gosh, no. I know. Like I said before, I appreciate you guys every chance you get to pop in here and all that. You guys, JW and Sleepy, and then Tommy, you as well as a viewer on there. You four definitely are the most engaging when it comes to the podcast. That's why I really wanted to make sure I reached out to all of you guys first, just to get your feeling on it, because I didn't want to ruin anything if this was something that you guys really enjoy doing on a weekly basis. But everyone seems to be kind of cool with the idea, so yeah, we will do that. It takes a little bit of the pressure off everything. And like I said, it opens up another night where we can all game, or like I said, just if you guys have other things to do those nights, at least, you don't have to always feel bad if you can't make it on or whatever the case might be. But then, yeah, the times you guys do pop on here, greatly appreciate it. It means a lot always.
Well, that's great to hear, man. That is great to hear. And yeah, you're right, though. Having that, having the additional community night, that's a good idea because at least then, I can actually join you guys.
Hell yeah, we can play some games together.
Yeah, and I know that like there are some games that are like they're cross platform or like cross play whatever. So yeah, we definitely need to do that.
Yeah, I think the last one you and me got to play together was Apex there with 2-6. So it's definitely been a little bit.
Yeah, it has. It definitely has. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that next time we have a community night, I'm gonna come in there and hopefully the game we're playing is cross-platform.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, just yeah. I'll fire out a few to you, Pizza, and then just so I know what kind of games you have, and then I'll try to, like I said, I'll change it up a little bit so this way there's some games too that you have access to as well, so we can all play together. Tommy's like, don't forget Fall Guys is.
Yeah, you can't forget that game. Yeah, hopefully there's still players in it. I know that it's been, at least for me, when I played it last time, I just kind of I lost interest. And I mean, of course, I think that a lot of people felt the same way.
Well, I know recently the biggest update I would say is the ability to make your own levels now. So that definitely was a little bit of a game changer.
Then definitely. I think actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Being able to give people a chance to make their own level and kind of just do a community thing.
Exactly.
That's idea.
Yeah.
Have it before.
Yeah, it's always a good way, right, to keep the community going.
Oh, and then I guess that might be our game soon enough. We'll play Fall Guys and invite people to join us. I'm assuming it's like a thing where they give you a code and then you just kind of join the lobby.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly how it goes down. I think it's once you go over 4 players, then you have to use a code. But it's relatively easy. I did it for one of my birthdays. I think it was 2 years ago. So yeah, it was pretty easy to get everyone in there and play a game. Yeah, we can always try that one too. That'd be a good idea. I still haven't done Among Us. I know everyone wanted to play that one as well.
Yeah, I haven't really touched that game. I think I did one game of it with strangers, and yeah, I wasn't really. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I was really good.
Me too. I don't think I could play with strangers, but with if I was playing with you guys, it'd be funny, right? Just because we know each other, so trying to lie and sabotage and all that'd be kind of funny to see how we pull it off. Yeah, strangers, I agree. I don't know. It's not that kind of game. But yeah, I should have supper soon because Shed's waiting for me right now. So I hope you guys have yourself a beautiful evening. Again, Pizza, thank you so much for hopping on. Tommy, thank you for lurking in the background there and keeping the conversation going. Z-Chick, if you're still watching, thank you so much for letting me know about the audio issues at the beginning. That was a huge help. And JW, I know you're killing it in Helldivers too, so good luck to you, my dude. But yeah, I hope you guys all have yourself a beautiful evening, and thank you for hopping on tonight.
Yeah, you too, man. I'll be seeing you, whenever I see you.
You bet, buddy. I'll see you in Discord.
Alright, man.
Bye. Yeah, for the rest of you guys, tomorrow's normal, right? We're gonna go ahead and do our Wednesday stream. I have a food video I'm gonna upload eventually. I tried out a bunch of Japanese snacks, and you get to hear Mindful talk about how much he loved them all. Alright, guys, let's go make somebody new smile. Let's go let them know that Tommy was the influencer for tonight. And I hope you guys have a beautiful evening.